Howdy. Fancy seeing you here. If you're watching this, you probably contacted me, sent me an email or a message of some sort with a dilemma of action, which is what I'd call it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have suggested. Directed? That sounds like too much of it. Just do this, do that. I don't do that because I'm not qualified. I don't know. I'm too prone to mistakes to tell anybody else what to do. What I do is try to record my mistakes and what I've learned and put them out there so that probably won't help anybody ahead of time. Probably people are going to make the mistakes anyway, but at least in afterwards they might look back and say, you know what? Yeah, that one guy on the internet, he said the same thing happened to him. It's kind of comforting when that happens and you can reflect in some way and relate to it. So that's why I'm making this video. That's why I made the site that I'm sending this video leads into it. I'm a secular guy. Like I said, I don't offer advice, and I'm not a spiritual guy. I'm a man of the world. Just the stuff, the trees, stones, moss, stuff like that. The stuff that that I can see and sense and feel and stuff like that. I know I may be limiting myself. Probably there's more to it, but I'm certain that there is. But I don't trust my senses beyond that. So what I've done is taken I'm going to be 49 soon. I've taken the 5 odd decades of stuff and compiled that into what I call the path of wildness, which is basically nothing more than an attempt to get people who are scared of living to take a step and to move forward and to just give it a try a little bit. That's all it is. That's a whole thing. You'll see things like light and dark, and light is basically courage, and darkness is certainly just fear and apprehension and hesitancy. Oh, hi, I'm zipping in. Sorry. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Let me sit up. Here, help me up. Thank you very much. Okay, well, here I am in the woods. I've been hiking all day. Came up here following a trail up the mountains. This is an old trail that used to connect 2 villages here in the mountains of Japan, and I've come to the end of the trail. The trail basically doesn't go on any further, but I know that it once did. I know that it once went up there somewhere, and this is the point of the path of wildness. This is the step right here. This is it. This is where I'm at that point that you may be at right now, and I've been at before in my life, where I've been kind of following along a certain way, what I call a trail. The trails are basically ways that have been forged by others. You're following by concession in a way. You're choosing to put your feet where other people put their feet because they put their feet there, and that's what it is up until now. And that ends right about there by those 2 stones. And after that, it disappears. The trail disappears, and it becomes. If I choose to step off between those 2 stones, maybe of the continent, of the island. If I choose to step off, I start on a path. And a path is forged by my decisions. Every step I have to decide where to go, because there is no determined way. It's all empty up there in the woods. It's up to me to decide. And that's where a lot of people falter. And they're afraid to go on. And I'm telling you, if you're young, and you probably are, if you're watching this, although I may put this video out just in general, so who knows, but if you are, and you wait very long, whatever you do at your young age, I'm talking, start of your 20s, your mid-20s, whatever you're doing at this point will set the stage for whatever's going to happen later in life. If you're timid and hesitant now, you'll probably be more so in your 30s, and perhaps irrevocably so in your later decades. If you begin to take a little bit of action and be a little bit bold and try new things and experiment and willing to fall down and get lost and maybe bleed a little bit, suffer sometimes from your own folly, and try to learn to smile despite it. See these lines? I don't know if you can see them. See these lines? I got worry lines. They're not showing up so good because I'm getting old, but I also have worry lines. I've had a lot of things happen in my life, but I still smile. I still got the smile lines too because I pushed through it, and I continue to try. And that's where you're at right now. Now, the Path of Wildness is a website that I created, and it contains videos and meme or whatever they're called on the internet that are basically designed to share with you the thoughts that I have that caused me to get up and take the steps, so that I stand up. When I started off, I was laying down. Here, I was exhausted. I am exhausted. you know, and got my gear here, and I'm going to put the stuff inside. You know, here's working on something. I'll put that in there. My pack is here. Throw that on board. You know, put this here, camera here for a second. Okay, you stay there for a second. You know, any good adventure requires some preparation, not too much, hopefully. Too much preparation, and you get mired down in the details. Having ready access to your gear, and more importantly, ready access to a will and an intention, a frame of mind that's willing to step forward, and you'll get ready to go. I've got my provisions. I have my onigiri, but it's not really for me, it's for the bears. In case a bear comes at me, I can throw that on the ground and let the bear eat that instead of chewing on me. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, doesn't mean I'm not going to get eaten, doesn't mean that I'm not going to meet with a sad ending out here. I certainly may, but I'll tell you this, I'm going to eat meat with an ending one way or another, and I would rather live a life with mistakes, trials, errors, and risk than to wait in uncertainty for my life to end of its own accord. Well, hopefully it'll end of its own accord. It'll end of its accord no matter what, but I wait and let it pass on by. So I'm going to leave the trail. You can see the trail here, and that's what you're on. All of us are. There's even the bits of an old bridge right there. I had to go around that. Here's the bits of trail, following, you know, every step I take, I'm basically putting it where someone else put it. Here, the trail. You're on a trail. You know, you're stepping over things. You're on a trail, but slowly, you're probably at a point now that if you contacted me, you're probably at a point, and you see me what I do, and you're wondering, I want to do stuff like that too. I want to be courageous and live my life and live my dreams, and perhaps maybe come to a foreign country and set up and try things out. Why can't I do that? Well, you can. All you have to do is just be willing to venture out that way. The path of wildness is it's really easy to find. It's where things move in nature. It's finding something like this. Let this natural thing be my guide. Here, I'm going to step along here, follow the path of this. I'm stepping on the path now. And now from there, it's up to me. You know, following the track of a beast, the leaves blown in the wind, the course of a river, and most importantly, the direction of my first inclination. So now my steps are pushing through wild stuff. I don't really have anybody to guide me. There's no trail to show me the way. I simply see I'm starting to stumble a little bit, touching the landscape a little bit to get some stability, to gain my footing, and I am off and on my way. And so too can you, if you're just willing to give it a try. Step off the trail, step onto the path of wildness. It's nothing special, it's nothing mystical, it's nothing magical. It's just basically making that step, and I hope you can. I'm going to include information in the description part of this video about the Path of Wildness website that I have set up. I'd recommend having a look at the front page there. It kind of explains what's going on, gives a little disclaimer about the dangers out here. Check that little one. Have a look at the meme page maybe. You'll see basically little snippets, little photographs with words that I put together that kind of capture the essence of all of this. And then if you're ready to embark a little further, check the main page again, and you'll find the Path of Wildness page where it has all of the videos and blogs and all like. And send me an email. Contact me if you have questions. softypapa@gmail.com. As long as I'm in this world, I'll be happy to talk to you and we can talk about it together and tell me about your own path. Take care, friend. Good luck, and don't despair of this beautiful life that you have. It's an amazing thing if you choose to make it so. Take care. Bye-bye. certain that there is, but I don't trust my senses beyond that. So what I've done is taken I'm going to be 49 soon. I've taken the 5 odd decades of stuff and compiled that into what I call the path of wildness, which is basically nothing more than an attempt to get, maybe probably won't help anybody ahead of time. Probably people are going to make the mistakes anyway, but at least in afterwards, they might look back and say, you know what? Yeah, that one guy on the internet, he said the same thing happened to him. It's kind of comforting when that happens, and you can reflect in some way and relate to it. So that's why I'm making this video. That's why I made the site that I'm sending this video leads into it. I'm a secular guy. Like I said, I don't offer advice, and I'm not a spiritual guy. I'm a man of the world. Just the stuff, trees, stones, moss, stuff like that. The stuff that that I can see and sense and feel and stuff like that. I know I may be limiting myself. Probably there's more to it, but I'm howdy. Fancy seeing you here. If you're watching this, you probably contacted me, sent me an email or a message of some sort with a dilemma of action, which is what I'd call it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have suggested. Directed? That sounds like too much of it. Just do this, do that. I don't do that because I'm not qualified. I don't know. I'm too prone to mistakes to tell anybody else what to do. What I do is try to record my mistakes and what I've learned and put them out there so that